I would love to invite you on my weekend outing. A little camping trip. Nothing big.
An outing? Yes, I'll go.
Sweetie, angel pie, we are talking about a rabbit, right? Not a metaphor that you're calling a rabbit, right? We're talking about an actual bun, right? Right?
Hey! Listen!
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Esport David, and today I'd like to play a game called Saturday Rabbits. Buns, buns, bunnies. How long has it been? No more than a week, I knew that much. It was nowhere near my old hometown, but perhaps this was a good thing. I needed a change of pace. I blocked everyone I knew before now. I needed a new slate. Nights haven't gotten any warmer. If anything, they were getting colder and colder. Smoke breaks felt like more of a chore to bundle for than an actual source of relaxation. Oh yeah, all the smokers gotta be outside in the snow. But it didn't matter anyway. I was out here anyway, cigarette in my hand. I could feel the warmth tickle the ends of my fingers with each huff, ash threatening to nip at my fingertips.
Need another one? I keep a crap ton on me. Never know when someone might need one.
Oh, he's so cute! And chubby. Right beside me, against the brick wall behind us, a stranger sat. But it wasn't any stranger. No, this man was Noah Hayes, famous German porn star. All my stars! Or, at least, he was. Supposedly, he just stopped one day. No words. Just quit.
Why, thank you, my good man. How very generous of you.
He nodded his head, almost in his own world as he pulled out a tiny box, flipping it open and insisting a new cigarette into my now empty hands. I lit it.
Ah, yeah, that's me. Haven't filmed since I was, 25? I'm 31 now. It was a wonderful little era for me. Funny how small the world is. Not a lot of room to really run, to really stretch your legs.
31. Psh, this youngin'. Cause I just turned 40.
He stared ahead into the sleepy city, almost bitterly. His blue eyes are almost ethereal under the LED lights from billboards up ahead. But as soon as the sadness began, it left again. He grinned, turning to face me yet again.
His eyes are very pretty.
Well, now you know me. Let's trade off, sweetie. What's your name?
I paused when he asked me the question. I didn't mind telling him. Either way, he was a huge man. If he was going to hurt me, he'd do it anyway. I took one last huff before answering.
He may be huge, but I have 30 years of pent-up rage and I'm ready to release it.
My name is Espoir. It means hope in French. He seemed delighted. Who knew the same man who did such violent, cruel work could be so whimsical?
Wait, what do you mean violent and cruel work? What kind of pornography was he doing?
Jolly. It was strange, but who knew? Maybe that was just his persona. After a moment of comfortable silence, I reached the end of my cigarette, the ash falling into clumps on the floor behind me. I took a moment to observe him while he was seemingly unfocused. He was wearing plenty of bows, which seemed to be fastened in a sturdy manner. Cute.
Say, Espoir, are you bored? Look, I know this is really out of the blue, but I know I'm bored. Why beat around the bush? Do you want to spend the night with me? My apartment is meant for 2 people.
No. You're cute, but, no.
No thanks, I need to get some good sleep.
Fair enough.
He didn't seem all that bothered by my rejection. Not outwardly, anyway. He simply continued to stare outwardly at the city line. I didn't feel bad. He wasn't entitled to my time, exactly. But perhaps he was lonely. Being a celebrity must leave him with false friendships left and right.
Hey, so have you been here long? The city, I mean.
He seemed genuinely curious. I had moved just this week. I needed a new start. My old town was in the middle of butt fun nowhere. The This simply felt like the right choice. I had been ignoring messages from friends and family. You know, meeting a personable German man who has a questionable side job. I might want to reconnect with those friends and family. Just tell them my location, at all times. May even put a tracker way up my butt. They muddied the waters too much. Well, I just moved here a few days ago. I'm trying to hopefully make friends. It's just hard, when you're 40. How about you?
Oh, ain't that the truth, huh? And me? I've been here most of my life, since I left my family in Germany. So, 13 years? A long time.
He had this look of profound numbness on his face when he mentioned his family, but it quickly made a way for a smile.
Say, things have been rough.
He placed his heavy hand on my shoulder, like a warm weight. His eyes scanned my face in a wistful, reminiscent manner. I hadn't met him before. Had I? Wait, had I? No, I hadn't. I think I'd remember someone as cute as him.
She lasst mich nicht in Ruhe.
She won't leave me alone? Who's she? Do we need to have a conversation with she? I hadn't understand what he said. I didn't have enough time to pull up Google Translate.
Sorry, this is going to come off odd, but you remind me of someone very dear to me. A close friend from my, filming days.
What the heck did he mean by that? I began to wonder. He began to breathe heavier than before, his hand shaking on mine. Sir? Sir? Sir?
Espoir. You have the same eyes, the same face shape. Espoir. 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 Such a gorgeous name. So precious. So fitting. So... Sir? I'm sorry.
He backed away from me quickly, his face growing more shameful by the second.
I got ahead of myself. I lost that friend. Very bad circumstances. I think you just remind me of her. Alexa was her name.
I stood in a dead silence, like I was wearing the skin of a dead woman I never knew.
Well, I know it's all slightly last minute, but you have been very patient with me and genuine, and I like that in a person.
You do? Oh, I'm not gonna come to your house, but if you want to go to a cafe or maybe a movie or something.
Of course I do. No one is authentic these days. It's always, ooh, Noah Hayes, famous porn star, let's be nice so he has sex with me. It's never genuine. So, back to my point. I would love to invite you on my weekend outing. A little camping trip. Nothing big.
An outing? That's cool. But I hate camping. No. Can't we go to some place indoors that has electricity and no ticks? I felt almost bad for the man. He seemed frustrated, as anyone in his shoes might be. He brings cigs just in hopes of meeting a new friend who might need one. Aww! I had no issues giving him something as basic as friendship.
Yeah, it's a nature. It keeps my mind steady. I go camping every weekend, mainly so I can come back to society refreshing and not so pent up. I normally don't bring anyone. But I really want to develop a friendship with you, Espoir, so...
I hesitated, but it wasn't like I had plans anyway. Wait a minute, me. What are you, what, me, hold on. We are not agreeing to this, me. Me? Yes, I'll go.
What? Very good. Let us exchange numbers, yeah? What was your name again? I'm so forgetful.
I knew he didn't forget it, but I let it go. You're gonna have my name tattooed upon your arm soon, sir. I knew he didn't forget it, but I let it go. I had a camping trip to prepare for. The sun was especially quick to fall today. Thankfully, I hadn't needed to use my own gas since Noah was nice enough to drive me up to the campsite. You know those friends that you disconnected with? Maybe call them, maybe give them a call, tell them where you are and who you're with. And is he wearing a sick spiked collar? Sir, please. But all your efforts of the day really made the final view of the sunset worth it. I can ask about his bow, or I can ask about his scar. Well, he's wearing bows because it's cool. But yeah, what's up with that scar? It looks like somebody took a chunk out of your nose.
Oh, that's a story.
He brushed his hands over the long, indented scar along the bridge of his nose, extending across to his right cheek. Yeah, that looks painful.
Not a very long story, but still a story.
He hummed to himself as he began to lean back against the hood of his car, a look of fond remembrance on his face. Someone has a scar that bad and that big, like, I remember the day I got this scar.
Well, I was chasing a rabbit one day, a particularly bad day, right? I was on the chase. I just kept running, like something was chasing me. But really, I was the one chasing.
He seemed to be really excited about this, rubbing his hands together like a fly might do.
Sweetie, Angel Pie, we are talking about a rabbit, right? Not a metaphor that you're calling a rabbit, right? We're talking about an actual bun, right? Right?
But my chasing was abruptly put to a halt when I ran face first into a rough tree branch. Blood everywhere.
With that, he laughed, a big, unapologetic laugh, as if his injury, born of parental neglect, was the funniest thing since sliced bread.
You should have seen my mom and dad's face. They didn't give half a darn.
Aww.
My dad, he didn't even want to give me a wipe to clean myself up. He told me...
His laugh quickly died down, his gaze becoming far more somber than before. He kicked at a rogue pebble, a small leaving him.
Aww, were your parents dog water? Were your parental figures, fish poo?
That's not too important to the story.
He began to laugh again, roughly slapping his open palm against my back,
causing me to stumble forward. He's a big man. He's got big hands.
For his sake, I laughed too.
Ha, nice, yeah? I'm glad we're out here, like this. It's like our first meeting, but without the city smog. Say, how are you feeling? Enjoying this as much as me?
Well, it's cold, and there's bugs, and there's no microwaves. There's no sushi in sight.
But I guess he makes it. I guess he makes it better.
Yeah, I guess it's just fine. Just two people hanging out in the woods on a whim.
Very, very good. I'm also doing just fantastic. It's so nice to finally just not be the only one out here.
Oh my gosh, he's so lonely.
It means so much, Espoir. But I'm getting ahead of myself as always. Say, since we're out here for a few days...
For a few days? Oh, I thought we were just spending an afternoon together. We're out here for a few days. You mean I have to sleep in something that's not a bed?
What do you like to do in the woods?
Leave.
It was a sudden but welcome change of pace. We were in the woods, after all. It's not like I got to come out here super often, and I'm among friends.
Am I? We just met this guy, me.
Let's see, I like watching the animals, I like eating s'mores, I like fishing and hunting, I like leaving. Actually, eating s'mores does sound amazing.
How sweet. How whimsical. How... I can't even let her ruin this again.
Confusion buzzed through me. The tension his outburst left seemed to coagulate around us. Aww. Yet he never moved his eyes away from mine. Who's ruining what? I just answered you.
Who are you talking about? Is she here with us? Do I need to give her a stern talking to?
My words came out softly. I had to learn more. For whatever reason, my curiosity overtook my self-preservation.
That seems to be a common thing with you, me, in the game.
Had I always been this way?
You're just like her. My old film co-star, Alexa. You're just like her in too many ways. I'll be honest with you. I messed up that relationship. Lots of oversharing, I know.
The trees rustled around the campsite, the fire crackling into the silence. He didn't seem to expect a response.
You know, I was hoping things wouldn't turn out this way. That I wouldn't lose my cool.
Please don't lose your cool, sweetheart.
I had so many plans for us, too. It's like I thought you'd be different because you're like Alexa in so many ways. But I'm so hypocritical, aren't I? Begging for genuine friendship just to forget it.
His arms released me, shoving me to the floor beneath me. Rude! The grassy surface dug into my skin, leaving green smears. My jeans! The day had worn me out too much. I was okay down here.
Why am I telling you this? It's not like you have a clue what I'm talking about.
I don't, brother.
He began to pace like a caged animal, his blue eyes glancing around the campsite for something. Eventually he found it, a black duffel bag he had brung along. I assumed it was for clothes originally.
There better be s'mores in there. There better be marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers in there.
My heart only began to race when I saw him pluck something from one of his bags, a tiny wooden hatchet, and much like himself, it was adorned with a bow.
Aww, wait, what?
I pulled my legs to my chest, too full of adrenaline to make my legs work properly, to lift me off and away from this horrific, confusing nightmare.
Is that a hatchet in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Wait, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not judging you or anything.
No, it's a pity. Your heart is telling you what I want to hear, out of fear. And that's okay.
Before I could scramble away, his hatchet was swiftly lodged into my left leg. How rude, evoking a scream from me that died with a departing flock of wild birds. I hadn't even been able to prepare. For a man with such a build, he was sure quick with the axe.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I encountered a big guy who was good with axes, I'd have 2 nickels. And I wouldn't mind for a 3rd, 4th, or 5th.
I felt all of my focus avert off of Noah, and focus on the splintered bone now protruding from my leg.
Aw, man, I ain't gonna get nowhere with that. I guess the marathon is off.
The white-hot pain constantly throbbed through my muscle, like a constant tapping when someone desires attention.
Espoir! Espoir!
I heard my name echo through the canopy, forcing my attention back on Noah.
It's not personal, Espoir. I just can't have you running while I do this. You like s'mores, right? Lovely choice. Alexa loves them too.
Alright, next time I play this, don't even mention s'mores. In fact, I like anti-s'mores. I don't even like s'mores. Who said I like s'mores?
Alexa can fluff off. I didn't bring anything for s'mores, sadly, but we can make do, right?
You ain't got no s'mores? You ain't got no chocolate or anything? This relationship is over.
My mind was wrenched from my busted leg to the horrific sight of Noah pulling a skewer, meant for our dinner, out of the flames. Noah, sweetie,
Angel buttons. This is highly unnecessary.
He whispered something about it being perfect. For such an impulsive plan, anyway. My eyes honed in on the bright orange tip of the metal skewer, the heat coming off of it in waves. The sensation of the heat, mixed with the hot throbbing of my splintered leg, was an intoxicating double dose of sensation. For a moment, the heat was comforting.
Where you gonna put that poker, friend?
From a distance.
Ah! How dare you, sir?
Then I felt the heat. I had been so distracted with the heat's odd comfort, I hadn't looked up in time before the red-hot skewer was thrusted into my chest cavity, sizzling and popping the flesh it penetrated.
Ouch! Well, at least it wasn't my eye or a more sensitive area. At least he has some consideration for being a horrible murderer.
I tried to scream again, but it died, as if vacuum sealed by my boiling flesh. There was no more blood. It was worse than blood. It was slow and sharp, relentless. I started to wonder if I'd die, or just suffer on. If this man would get away with it. I imagined my corpse, black, wilted hole in my chest, and decaying, infected wedge in my leg, left deep in the forest floor. The animals having their way with me, my body decomposing and becoming one with the mushrooms, my soul telling the trees of his crimes, and then nature itself takes revenge.
I forgot the graham cracker. I'm sorry, mein Liebling.
You don't get to call me that, sir. At least buy me dinner first. At least give me some s'mores.
It was finally ending. Shadows faded into my vision. Death was imminent. Well, that's merciful.
How rude. We were having such a good time. Okay. What do I like to do in the forest? I sure don't like eating s'mores. I sure as heckapoo don't like eating s'mores. I like watching the animals. Yeah. I like watching the animals.
Well then, that's ironic. That's what I like to do too.
Yeah, let's go. Look at the deers. Look at the squirrels. Forgetting what animals are in the forest.
I mainly like rabbits. My room is full of them. Well, plush ones anyway. But hey, it makes them worth no less.
Oh, is there any reason you like them so much? Yeah, there seems to be little bun-buns everywhere.
Well, first off, let me ask you this. Do you like rabbits?
I do, I sure do. I mean, he's not gonna like it, but I actually do like foxes more. Maybe I should tell him the truth. I do actually like foxes more.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
What? They're cute!
Fluff you.
Hey, you asked. I thought we could have a genuine, non-creepy conversation. You know?
They caused a lot of trouble for me when I was a kid. I chased rabbits, and they killed them. It was bullcrap.
I mean, I get it. Honey, I get it, but come on. Look at their little faces. Are you 5? Circle of life? Foxes are amazing creatures, and foxes, you know, they keep the bunny population down. Because rabbits can already reproduce really quickly, but imagine if those cute little babies were like running around, they'd be eating up so much vegetation. They would like mess up the ecosystem. Foxes are there to make sure the baby bunnies don't they keep everything in balance. It's all about balance, baby. He doesn't care though, does he?
Nope.
Foxes are amazing creatures.
Oh, now I'm excited. Real excited.
Give him a reason to put a hot poker in my chest.
I wasn't sure what he was going on about. Whatever it was, I didn't like it.
Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight, sir?
I'll keep this conversation in mind for later.
Later?
I didn't even notice myself go out cold.
What?
Guten Morgen.
It was not morning. You knew that much.
I think he meant that figuratively. Now I can say, what the funnel cake is going on, but I will remain calm. Hey, Pookums, did you knock me out? I did not enjoy that.
Ooh, look at you, Espoir. So mature and calm.
For now.
I bet you're fun at parties.
I'm not. You're going to jail. Is he? I mean, yeah, we could do that. We could call the police on him, but you know what? That's evidence. That's paperwork. We're out here in the forest. I bet nobody knows he's out here. Bet nobody knows I'm out here. Something happened to him, nobody's gonna know. Maybe he's going someplace worse than jail. He's going on my list. That's where he's going. I'm gonna beat him up and leave him in the forest. That's what I'm hinting at.
Oh, I bet I am, sweetie.
Don't call me sweetie.
Just not because of you. You know, Espoir, this is partially your fault.
I know.
But ooh, he's famous, so he would never hurt me, right? So you packed your bags and followed this stranger into the woods.
I tried to tell my in-game self not to do that, but does she listen to me? No, she doesn't listen to me.
Pathetic.
I glared daggers into him, arms crossed in distaste. I frowned. My arms crossed over each other, but my feet tied up.
Oh, which expected if it weren't for...
What the fun?
I was in a skimpy rabbit costume. Like one of the over-sexualized costumes you'd find in a tacky Halloween store.
The fabric was scratchy against my skin, the flimsy ears falling into my view.
I would just... I mean, aside from the dangerous situation, I would enjoy that. Like, oh, I mean, if you wanted me to wear this, you could have just asked. Well, explain it then. Are you going to kill me? Or are you going to do something that's going to have to go on my adult Patreon?
Kill you? Kill you? Not if I don't catch you. And even if I don't, you better hope I don't find you in the city.
So that's what this is. A fluffed up game of tag?
No. I'm hunting you. Kleiner Haus. That's what the costume is for.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it okay.
You look adorable in it, by the way.
Stop.
This is how this will go. It's simple, really.
I glared daggers at him. The cheesy ears brushed out of my eyes, thanks to the gentle motion of Noah's fingers.
There we go. Back to where I was. We have a whole weekend ahead of us. It's only Saturday. You see, I miss this chasing rabbits. They don't exist in the city, so I have to make my own. You get me, yeah?
No one would get someone like you. You're crazy, man. You messed up in the head, man.
Right. You're one unlucky rabbit, and I'm a good hunter.
I stood there, half exposed. I didn't know what to do. Hopelessness settled into me.
Hey, hold on. I beat Mason from The Price of Flesh. I can survive in the wild. Wait, no, I used a walkthrough for that. I'm cooked.
He pulled out a small wooden hatchet, already encrusted with dried blood, sloppily stained from past rabbits.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Cry, yell, bring it on. Let's do this. What do I get if I win? I yell at him.
Shut the heck up. No one's gonna find you here.
Part of me believed him. He wasn't covering my mouth. He just found it annoying.
God, you're going to be a difficult rabbit, Espoir. I know it. Look, I get this isn't ideal for you, but you need to save your energy, or this won't be fun for either of us.
He got up close to my face, close enough for me to smell the peppermint in his breath.
Oh, he actually has the mint on his breath? Well, that's a lot more considerate than most crazy people.
Close enough to see the restlessness in his eyes.
It will just be a big, long drag. Look, it's nothing personal. I mean it. You're really not special. You're just like the other rabbits I've chased. I just so happened to get out of a nasty familiar situation. Just so happened to get famous. And you just so happened to get caught. It feels like if I keep chasing, if I keep catching, I could just escape everything.
He bent down and began to saw up my bindings with the hatchet blade.
So, why do you have to kill me? Yeah, that seems like a lot to go through. I think therapy would be cheaper. And less running.
Can't trust anyone these days. Plus, it's kind of like a goal. I mean, I lied. I kind of liked the killing. But let's not get into that, yeah?
The hike up into nowhere was no thanks to me. He had hauled me over his shoulder and carried me deeper into the strange woods, no matter how I squirmed in his grip. I didn't know if I should laugh or cry.
I would be cracking so many jokes. I would be like, you better get your running shoes on, brother, because you don't want me to find you.
Well, this is where we depart, espoir.
Suddenly, panic flooded me. I was really about to be hunted. I felt like I was helpless inside my own skin, clawing at the inside of my own flesh, trying to escape this experience. I envisioned my warm bed, but instead of being bundled inside my warm sheets, I was out here in the woods, being hunted. With no way to guarantee I'd ever accept a stranger's cigarette again, I began to run. See ya! I didn't dare look back. There was no point. I knew he wasn't chasing me, yet, from the lack of noise behind me, but I knew I had to make a choice, and soon.